At the top of the hour, we told you about that teen who died after jumping into Lake Michigan last night. 17-year-old Jose Moreno jumped off the pier at the Holland State Park. His friend tried throwing him a life preserver, but missed. After hours of searching, Moreno's body was found. According to the Coast Guard, the water at the time was between 40 and 57 degrees. And with the holiday weekend approaching and the lake temps still that cold, we wanted to help you keep your family safe if you're planning to head out to the lakeshore. Dr. Katie Krieger with Spectrum Health joining us tonight with some tips when it comes to going into the cold water. Doctor, thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate it. We were just talking off camera about hypothermia affects so many people in different ways. There really are no fixed symptoms to look for, I guess, across the board. Tell us about when it starts to come on. What would what would that person be experiencing?
So initially, when the body temperature begins dropping with mild hypothermia, there's a reflex where the heart rate may increase, blood pressure may increase. As the body begins to drop, the temperature begins to drop more, those reflexes are depressed. And so you may see a decrease in the breathing rate. It can begin to affect someone's mental status. That can start out with just mild incoordination, that can progress to becoming lethargic and eventually a coma. Can affect other vital organs in the body, even the heart. And with severe hypothermia, you can see an abnormal heart rhythm that can essentially prevent the heart from pumping blood effectively to the body.
Kids, we always say they're so resilient to cold water. We see the little ones always running into the really cold water. And, you know, it's important for parents to keep an eye on those kids because it might sneak up on them.
Exactly, and actually kids can be more prone to hypothermia, as are the elderly. And with children, it has to do with their body proportions, which are different than adults, and they can actually lose heat more quickly. And certainly children love the water, and so we, highly encourage just being very cautious with the children around the water, never allowing them to swim alone, good supervision, and always having a life preserver on them when they're out.
We hear about those water temps to 40 to 57 degrees. Is that too cold to be getting into that kind of water, period?
It's certainly water that you need to exercise extreme caution with. Anything below the mid-60s, you can begin to see hypothermia and can even lead to significant hypothermia. So certainly temperatures where you need to have, exercise extreme caution and good common sense when you're around the water.
Now we see these activities like the polar plunge where folks will jump into ice water, essentially.
Yes.
But you see paramedics or trained professionals standing by in case something does happen. Are those the only kind of circumstances you should be entertaining that? There's probably some risk involved with those things as well.
Exactly. I would recommend only doing something like that where you're able to be well supervised, you're not swimming alone, there's access to good medical care, and certainly supervised by paramedics is of great benefit with something like that.
When the water is that cold and you've got your family out at the beach, I guess what would your recommendations be as far as like checking in on kids, making sure they're okay, just keeping a close eye on them? I mean, you still want to have a little fun out there, but you want to be safe too.
Absolutely, yeah, and again, just never swimming alone, good life preservers. Even with adults that are good swimmers, exercising caution in deeper water and temperatures like this, absolutely. And hopefully that will allow people to enjoy the water safely.
Yeah, great tips. Dr. Katie Krieger from Spectrum, thanks for coming in tonight. We
thanks
appreciate
for having
it.
me.